Hello, my lovelies. First off, I want to say thank you for 900 followers. This is absolutely insane. And for 900 followers, as community voted, we will be doing a sketchbook tour. This one is probably the one you see the most of my content. And it isn't really a sketchbook. It's more of a finished piece book, but it's one of my favorites. I started this book on January 3rd of this year, and it just has a lot of experimental pieces in this. Wow, we've grown from 200 followers. That's insane. I used to draw FNAF characters off of requests. I'm wondering if I should bring that series back, as it was quite fun to do. Most of them are done in watercolor, whereas one I think I did digitally. I can't really remember at the moment. This was my first encounter with acrylic pens. These were quite fun to work with, and is still one of my favorite mediums. These two paintings are my absolute favorites, and the second one was my mom's favorite. This was my first time attempting, I think, proportions in paintings, and then I just have a few random ones I did. This was my first time trying to do hands in perspective. I don't really like the painting, but these two I just kind of let Pinterest decide what I draw, and here I got some new acrylic paints. This was, I think, my first time actually attempting to draw skulls thoroughly. This was a really fun exercise. I quite enjoyed it, and it is still one of my favorite pages in my sketchbook. This is probably one of my favorite paintings, and was one of my grandma's favorite paintings, too. My mom absolutely loved this one, and I actually made the reference myself. This was more looking on Pinterest for inspiration, and kind of my silhouette phase. I still love doing those paintings. This was my first attempt at still life, and that was my first attempt at freehand painting. I also just have a lot of experimental pieces in here, as well as a few requests. Like here, I was trying out color theory. I like the blueberry one the most. And the watercolor painting I didn't like as much, and I kind of got frustrated with the lobster. That was one of my favorite portraits, and I can't really remember where that inspiration came from. Some fan art and head sculpt. This is a secret. Y'all are gonna have to wait for this. This is my character sketchbook. I remember this in my early days of starting Instagram. Just kind of made some fan art of creature commandos. Absolutely love the game. I couldn't get to every single character. I think I got bored. I'm not sure. But my favorite out of these is probably the bride. She was really fun to draw, and that's a jump scare. My first attempt at realism, and then some dispatch. This was also really fun to do. Grayscale realism, also a jump scare, but this was really fun to do. I enjoyed it thoroughly, and Sonar was probably my favorite character out of everyone. Some more still life practice. And here I actually started locking in. Sorry for the blurry images. I don't know why it didn't show up on camera. But I kind of just started practicing regularly and tried out anatomy again, as I had been scared of it before. This was really fun to do, actually, and I discovered I quite like anatomy. I would recommend this to any new artist, and especially the Sorrow Head. That helped a lot. These were the first drawings of my OCs, or the main ones you see. Some more head drawings and skulls. I absolutely love drawing them, although they sometimes do frustrate me. I'm really happy I decided to start practicing properly. Just some tests of markers, I believe. I think I got these a month ago, maybe? A few weeks ago, I don't know. And this is the last page. Just a little doodle. This was my black book. I haven't really practiced in it a lot since I got it. I kind of just use it for typography and some graffiti sketches, but I haven't used it in a while. So I should probably get back into using it. This is more just a pocket sketchbook, one I used for random drawings and notes and scripts. It's kind of jarring to see how far my art has come and just how much it's grown. So, as you can see, it's kind of just random drawings and a lot of notes. I remember writing a few of the scripts, but overall, I don't think I finished this one. This was my book from when I started practicing tattoos. These were still in the early stages, ones I'm not really proud of, but at least I can see how far I've come. Some of these are pretty cute, and some are kind of messy and not really good, I'd say, and others I liked a lot. This was my first sketchbook. It is really old, but this is where I started practicing and trying to learn anatomy. At some point, I got frustrated and just didn't pick up the sketchbook again. There are some finished pieces and some unfinished pieces, and just some random pieces of art, and others I'm not so proud of. But it was a learning curve, and I probably will open this book up again when I have time. This is just tests of my marker collection. I don't think I cataloged all of them. I think I got bored after a while. This is probably my largest sketchbook and one I've seen most progress in. I have some graffiti pieces that I did. Some I tried out freehand. These were some of the traditional tattoos I did. I was really proud of the jaguar and the heart. These ones I am not as proud of. I was kind of tired while drawing them as I was babysitting, and here is some more practice. Those boxes and some perspective. My first time drawing a human in perspective, that was really cool to me, that I could actually draw that, and some hands and torsos. I still struggle with hands, although I'm still working on it. It can be frustrating sometimes. One thing I do love to draw is poses. I find it pretty cool to see what I can do and what I can't. Best tip of art advice I've learned is to focus on where you struggle. So for me, it was faces and hands. I don't have many of them in this book, but I do plan on drawing some more of them. Some more of those boxes, something an artist can never really escape. This was some perspective work and more skulls in perspective. I actually just kind of gave up here. But that's okay. We don't always have to finish art pieces. This is color theory. My favorite was the acrylic markers and the watercolor, although it was a little bit difficult. This is some more anatomy in the muscle structure. This was really, really fun to do. I highly recommend if you're struggling. These were some faces I drew, and the little tomato girl was one of my friend's OCs. Shout out Doodle. Some more bodies, and another one I, for some reason, didn't draw there. This was my first attempt at drawing landscape, and that's the little thing I used, just an old mint tin with some liquid watercolor. The ones I use are Faber-Castell liquid watercolors. And that was everything. I appreciate you for watching, and thank you all for your support. Ricky out.